Hey, 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 everybody. How are we all? If you're joining in the replay, please skip forward the first couple of moments. If you are watching, drop me a comment in the comment section, guys, and I will be able to get started. Just gonna give it a moment or two and let guys hop on while Facebook is building an audience. Oh my goodness, it is cold today. Well, this evening it's getting a bit chilly. Anybody else as cold as I am? I am freezing. I think I'm going to put my nice jumper on. Warm up a little. That's better. Give it another moment or two, let people hop on. If you are watching, please pop me a comment in the comment section, guys, and I will get started. I much prefer speaking to people rather than speaking to myself. And we have, give me one moment. I'm just going to get started in one moment. Hi Adnan, how are you doing? Hi Annette, how are you doing? I'm just scrolling this, sorry, my hand's in the way. I'm just about to get started. I'll be with you one moment. And just tell my lovely darling here where to go. Right, so how many of you, hi Ashik, how you doing? Hi Ben, how you doing, darling? Woohoo, full house. I love to see lots of people. I love to see lots of people. Okay, so today is about doing your tax return and making sure you've got everything organised. Obviously, I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to show you an example of how to organise it in such a way that it's ready to send off to your accountant, your bookkeeper that you choose, because you do have to have it pre-organised. Now, when I first started out in doing my taxes, like I said on my video yesterday, when I first started out and I was like, oh my god, I've got to do my tax return, and there was like, well, you got to make sure you do all this and do all that, and I was like, where do I start? And everybody was saying, you know, they were saying, well, go to this accountant, that accountant, but then the accountant's telling you to set it all up, and you're like, where do I start and what do I do? How do I set up? And when you've got really bad organisational skills, hi Michelle, darling, how you doing? When your organisation skills, hi Gregory, how you doing, darling? Hi Jimbo, how you doing? So when, woo, it's a full house. When you've got really bad organisational skills like me, I'm not the most structured person. You tend to be like, oh no, and you procrastinate over it. It makes you then struggle in concentrating on the things. Hi Myra, darling, how you doing? It makes you struggle on the things that you're supposed to be focusing in on your business, which will monetize in your business. Okay, so getting these things like your taxes done and keeping things organized and getting that done and out of the way and to the side and stopping, because that's a huge stress, you know, and a lot of people leave it until last minute. And when you do that, it causes more stress. And when you are self-employed, it is stressful from time to time. So you want to, I've got hair in my mouth. So you want to keep it as less stressy as possible. So I am going to show you how I stopped myself from the first time I attempted to organise everything. On my first year, I sat in the middle of the floor before I even knew that I was to go and contact an accountant and she could do the tax return for me. I sat in the middle of the floor with paperwork absolutely everywhere. I was actually hand in my head and I was about in tears because I just didn't know what to do. I just had no flipping idea whatsoever. And I'm looking at my partner and I'm going, David, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then somebody told me, I sent a picture of the state that I had everything, and they says, well, haven't you found an accountant close by to you? Hi Tony, how you doing? And so I searched for somebody and then managed to get all in order. So I am going to show you how to organise it. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to, if you are just starting now, and I mean, this is the end of the tax year now, it's just come up to the very end. So if you're just starting now, I want you to go through all of your receipts, all your receipts. What you should have been doing is keeping receipts from business lunches, travelling costs, all these kinds of receipts, because you can claim back tax on that as well. So your mobile phone bill, all these receipts. So you want to grab all your receipts, any ebooks that you have purchased, any trainings that you have purchased, any marketing trainings that you've purchased. There's lots of things that you might be purchasing that you've purchased in order to increase your business results and to get your business together. Like you might have had to purchase a new laptop, you might have had to purchase a new computer, a new printer. All these things come into factors. So you keep all these receipts. So what I want you to do is I want you to get all of your receipts, okay? All of them. And I want you to break them down into your months. So it is the 1st of March, all from the 1st of March right through until the the 1st of April and all the way through until the end of March, okay? So the last day of March. Get all of those receipts and I want you to put them out into the months, okay? So I want you to break down the months of them and then go through each month. So go through April's and put all the receipt dates in order, okay? So just breaking it down into increments, okay, to simplify it for yourself so that it's not just this big shambles of overwhelmment. You're breaking it all down. Hi Marianne, how you doing, darling? So you're breaking it down to make it simpler, more simplified, in order to not freak out over it, okay? Because that's what makes you go, whoa, I'm too overwhelmed, I can't do this, and I'm going to put it to the side, and it'll just do itself. No, it doesn't do itself. Doesn't work. I tried it. Didn't work at all. So once you've done that, I then want you to get a folder, okay? So it could just be one of these simple folders, just a simple folder like this, and get your dividers, okay? So put down all the months on the dividers, okay? And you can also this is the one I've got and the one I'm using, but you can also use something a bit like that. You could use that. This isn't the one that I'm using, but you could use something like that and put all the months, okay? And then I have, which I will be able to share with you as well, a sheet that I use. It's just really simple, straightforward. You could do it yourself and it doesn't even need to be this sheet. But I use just this sheet here. Hi Samantha, how you doing, darling? I use this sheet here, so it's just your daily cash report, okay? You've got your daily cash report, you've got cash recorded from, cash paid out, so what the money you're getting from your earnings, and then what you're paying out. So you will put what you earn, the name of where it came from, and then you also have the number of the receipt, okay? So you can just put, you don't need to do this day by day. So if you wanted to save paper, because you might not have that amount in a day, so if you just want to put the month, so put April on one and just put them in order of date, okay? It's really that straightforward and easy to do. It's really easy. So what's coming in and what's going out, okay? You're probably going to have more going out in your first year than you're going to have coming in, okay? So normally in your first year, you go in debt. Second year, you white face. The year after, you're in profit. That's normally the way it goes, okay? So don't be surprised if that's the case. So by doing this and by doing your... I wasn't always so organised, Samantha. I wasn't always so organised. You should have seen the bundle I gave to my accountant a year ago. I left her with a complete shambles, but then I worked out a really simplified way to do things. Hi mate, how you doing, darling? But hi Jenny, how you doing? So really straightforward and easy. So you've got your nice wee folder, doesn't cost much for it. Your dividers, I can send you, if you want me to send you a copy of this, drop me a comment in the comment section and I can send that to you. I've got it in my files, so it'll be easy just to send over to you. Now, don't just the government's really good at taking all of our money, okay? So please remember to keep all your receipts. If you haven't remembered to keep all your receipts this year, remember for next year, okay? Keep all your receipts. I missed what was in the file and the dividers. Okay, I'll just quickly run through that again. So we have, thank you, I just got it done today. It's really thinned out. It was really thick, and I had it completely thinned out. Thank you for noticing. I did step on the scales when I got home to see if all that weight come off would help with, but it didn't quite work out like that. But yeah, so you have the folder. You can use this folder. You can use, I did show that there's these folders as well. These folders are cheap as well. You can use these folders as well, and you can just slot the dates in, okay? All you need to do is really easy. Break down all your receipts, get all your receipts for the year, and break them down into the months. So April, and then once you've got them all sectioned off into the months, then you want to take them and put them in order of date, okay? Now remember what receipts you're using. You're using utility. If you have if you're using office space and stuff, you could use internet bill. You could use your telephone bill. You could use, if you're going out for a meal, keep the receipt. You can use that. If it was a business meal. If you're buying paper, if you're buying all these things that are business-like things, but events, keep your receipts for events. All these receipts, round them up. So go through that email, search through all these receipts, okay? Normally what I do is I put, so this is a tip for next year, I put, as a receipt comes through, I put tax and tag it as tax, so that at the end of the year, I just need to, if I'm behind on anything, I just need to type in the search bar for my email, tax, and all of these receipts come up. So I'm not losing any, okay? And it's so simple. I also, because I'm a couple of months behind on mine, and I have a bag here, so simple. It doesn't cost money to organise it all. A bag, and I've got receipts in it. I need to organise them because I've got my last 2 months to catch up on. So once you've done that, all you do is you take this and you put in all that you've earned and all that you've paid out. So in and out, all you do is log it down. So you put the name of it and then how much it was. But if you're not earning as much in your business, this is where this really works for you. If you've paid out all this money, okay, this is why it's so important. If you've been paying out lots of money for your business and you're not earning enough, because you're supposed to be able to, and the government says, if you that you are entitled to live off a certain amount of money, if you're not earning this, and once it's all been calculated, then that tax return, okay, that tax return, that tax and your all those receipts that you've used, you get 20% back. You get the tax off that back. You get that 20%. So you imagine all those receipts and tot up all of that. Last year, I got myself a check through the door instead of paying out. I got a check through the door, so that's why it's so important. So if you haven't done as well in your first year or second year or even your third year, if you haven't done as well, then don't let this fly by. It doesn't matter whether you've done well or not. It counts for us all, okay? If you're classed as self-employed, then get the money you're due, okay? Okay, so have you got any questions, everybody? Anybody got any questions? I'll give you a couple of minutes and see if you have any questions. I hope that's been helpful for you, because I honestly really know how difficult it is when your brain's all over the place. And me with my fibromyalgia, you'll know that I'll have fibromyalgia if you watch me frequently, which gives brain fog. So I forget everything, and I'm so, my focus and trying to sit down and do things, it'll cost you, Samantha. Time is money, dear. We know this. But yeah, so if you are still struggling and there is something else that you wanted to ask and you're still not sure, then do drop me a message. Thanks for the laughing faces. I love them. Just drop me a message. Also, all you do when you've finished and once you've done all of that, in fact, I would do it just now, because a lot of the accountants and their books are filled up really, really quickly. I would pass on the details. The reason why I didn't do this part 2 video today, the reason why I didn't do it today is because I was waiting to send a message to the lady that does mines to ask her if she was looking for any extra clients, but she's fully booked because I was going to give her some business because she could have used her, but she's fully booked. I do have another person that I can forward you to. I will drop you a message if you comment in the comment section, or if you prefer to send me a private message. Otherwise, you can also on the Facebook pages, your local area, if in your local area, obviously there's Facebook group pages where people help each other. The community group pages say, does anybody know of any accountants that aren't too expensive, you know? And more than likely you're going to have somebody local in your area. Okay, if you're still struggling to find somebody, just drop me a message and we'll see what we can do to help you out. So I am sorry it's a little bit later, but I think that my viewings went up. I might try and do my videos more this time. If you have any more messages, any questions or anything, just drop me a message. I'm going to head off now. I'm going to finish this lovely coffee I've got here, and I'm going to finish doing my taxes. Mwah. Love yous all, guys. Speak to you soon.